Hi, my name is Gina Mastrocovi, and today I'm here to talk to you about my topic, which is bullying. As to get started, to introduce, you guys all know what bullying is. Basically, it's a victimization of putting down somebody, making them feel like they're not good enough, criticizing them, making jokes about them, threatening them. It's happening every day, and most importantly, it's happening in our schools. And we need to figure out why it's happening so much. Something that's occurring nationwide every day. Children are taking their lives. That's something we need to be informative about. That too many young kids are taking their lives and dying every day because they can't handle it anymore. They can't take the pressure, the stress of them just going into school and being criticized about everything. And that's something we're going to talk about today. So, why is bullying happening? How can we prevent it? How are the parents treating their children? Are the children are being deprived of their family life? Do they not have a good home life? That is something we need to figure out and figure out the stressors as to why bullying is happening. So, from an article I have from March 2012, published by the Journal of Safe Management and Disruptive and Associative Behavior, here's a quote. As the child attempts to make sense of the traumatic event, new behavioral problems can emanate. So, what this means is that if you're constantly bullied over and over and over again, as I have had my own experience to this, and I'm sure all of you have, your old self comes out. So it's almost like you keep having these nightmares over and over again, and you can't get it out of your head. And this is what happens with bullied. As your body, it's almost like your body and mind is deteriorating because you can't handle anymore, and your new behaviors will just come out, like say like you can't sit in a desk for so long, or you just act out, and because of these stressors and our reactions that we have to bullying. And that's something we need to prevent, especially in our classrooms. A teacher can be in the middle of a lesson and all of a sudden a student just starts to cry. We need to know how to handle that. As myself, I know how that felt. I've had that happen to me a couple of times where I just burst out crying because I've been such a victim for so long and I need to let it out. And that's okay. And that's something we need to talk about with our students. That's okay to let it out. We want you to. Keeping it inside is just toxic, and we can't have that. From another article, and what we're going to talk about is the article's published, What are the best ways to prevent bullying in schools, published by Diana Divecha, October 29th, 2019. And she talks about fostering positive climate relationships. So listen to this quote. Schools with a positive climate foster healthy development, while negative schools with a negative climate is associated with higher rates of bullying, victimization, and higher suicide rates. This is something that really struck me because suicide is something that is very hard to talk about, and that so many students are taking these young lives away. And there was a story that I found. A young boy in Ireland actually took his own life because he went to school every day crying because there was these group of kids that kept bullying him over and over again, and he just couldn't take it. His mom told the story that his mom found him on his floor in his room. Just heartbreaking, and that's something we need to prevent. I understand this may seem like a hard topic, but it's something that we need to discuss because it's happening every single day, and we need to protect our students. If any of you are going to be a future educator, this is something we need to do. We need to foster healthy environments in our classrooms because that's the best way students will be able to build healthy relationships, have better communication skills with their teachers. They'll even build leadership. They'll follow by example. And that's what we want. We want students to look up to each other, and that when they do go into adulthood, they know how to make positive friendships, and that communication is key, because with bullying, you don't know how the person's feeling. That person may be holding something in. As for myself, I can be a bottler sometimes. We need, when we bottle something, we need to let a teacher, a parent, or guardian know exactly how we're feeling in that moment, because if we don't, that student's going to be gone, and they need to hear that I love you. Those 3 words can save you. It's a lifesaver. I love you means a lot, and they feel safe, especially when they trust. Trust is another big thing with bullying. They need to know that we can trust them and that we're always here for them. I would love to talk more, but I hope you found something very interesting from this talk, and I'm looking forward to hearing all of yours, and I hope you're all staying well.